It was so nice seeing everybody at this Ensure conference, and I wanted to give you a little bit of information about our MindTap and the HVAC program. So I'm going to log into MindTap, which you see right here, and I'm just going to give you a really brief overview just to highlight some of the key features of MindTap. So basically, MindTap can be tailored to fit your needs. So as you see, this is in sections here. Well, you can change this by weeks, by modules, by units. You can change the order of the chapters if you'd like. You can add your own content in here. So it doesn't have to be Section 1 Theory Heat, or you can move electric motors up, down. You can reorder the book as well. So I'm going to just kind of dive in here and just give you a really quick overview. So I'll go into Section 2, Unit 4. So I'm going to click on this and it's going to bring you in. So basically what it starts off with is a very general overview of it. So as you see right here, it's going over safety. So it's going to have a really quick safety quiz, learning objectives, and it's going to provide a little quick unit overview so the students know what to expect. So how MindTap works is, again, it gives you a very general overview at first, and then it kind of drills down to the concepts that the students need to learn, and it sums it up with tests and activities at the very end. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the book here. And the great thing about the book is it does have a MindTap reader, so the book will actually read to you. And students can also go anywhere on the page here. So if I want to go into just directly into the chapter, it's right here. So I'm going to let it read to you really quick.
Electrical burns. Do not wear jewelry, rings, and watches while working on live electric circuits because they can cause...
Okay, so the speaker is going really slow. You can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can have male or female, so it's up to the student. Another really great feature that we're having in August is MindTap Reader will be downloadable. So students will be able to access the MindTap Reader on the go. So they'll be able to listen to it as they're working or traveling or whatever they need to do. They can access the content and they don't have to lug their gigantic book around. They can also make the writing bigger or smaller, and they can also bookmark the page. So when they go into their note study hub, they can actually access the bookmarks or any notes. And pretty typical with most ebook readers, you can highlight here, and the interesting part, so they can use any of these to highlight, right here you'll see the orange, and that means shared. So you as the instructor can share the notes with the student. So if you feel like something's going to be on the test, you can select that. Also, with the add note, if you want, a student can add their own note, like this will be on the test. I'll do that right here. Let's see, this will be on the test. Well, you as the instructor have the ability to share that with your students. So now they can just go, when they go into their study hub, they'll know, hey, this will be on the test and this is what I need to study. And that's really important. The other great feature about MindTap is any word on this page, a student can have it read to them.
Short.
So if they don't understand if they need the pronunciation, that's a great way to just do it without asking an instructor, because that might be embarrassing. And they can also look it up in the dictionary. So now when they're reading, they can have it read to them. They can pull up any word on the page so they can understand the word, and they can pull it up in the dictionary. That's really important for them to understand the key concepts in the textbook. Another really great feature is if you select the little pen right here, you can add any activity in here. So you can have an RSS feed. You can add a video that you think that might be useful. You might have created a video around HVAC. Maybe you want to go over electricity or something like that. You can put that right in here. You can also add a quiz. So you want to make sure that the students are actually reading, and that's really important. So put it at the end of the reading assignment, and then you know, hey, they're actually reading their work. So these are really great features where you can add a video or anything like that. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit here. So these are all the great features of the MindTap Reader. Another great feature of MindTap, I'm going to close it out here, is that not only can you customize this, but if you want to create and copy these courses for other instructors, you can do that. So if you want to get some department heads together and figure out what would be the best content for your course and what are your learning objectives. And you can figure that out as a whole and come up with a solution, a mastermind tab. And that can be copied from instructor to instructor. So if you have adjuncts, you know that the students are getting the material that they need. Another great feature is if we can also create for you, I know that you like to get a general overview, we can create, all the program directors or directors of education can actually host the HVAC, let's say, in their site, and then share that with the instructors so they have a certain amount of control over the HVAC. And we can discuss that later on. We do also have our curriculum person who can help set up MindTap. Her name's Jeanette Wilson, and she's really good about helping set it up. So if you tell her what you want in it or what you don't, because we understand it can be kind of time consuming, so if you need help with that, you're more than welcome to ask about that. So inside of here, so we have our reading, and if I click on video and animations, you'll also see where there's some videos that actually, so as you see right here, here's a little quick video that they put up there so students can actually see what you're doing on here. So there's several videos in this learning path that a student can actually use. There's also homework, practice tests, and activities inside of here that you can use in the classroom. I'm going to click on that. And so you have this flashcards they can use, and they can print those flashcards out. And sorry about that. And we scroll down here, there's review questions. So you can add review questions, tests, essays, so you can structure this any way you need to. Another great feature is if you open the grade book, you are able to track how much time students are spending in the classroom. Obviously, I don't have any students enrolled in my class, but there's a progress app. And in the progress app, you can see how much time they're spending in the classroom. So here's a big overview of what assignments they're taking. Here's some analytics here and how much engagement. I'll just kind of scroll down here and you can see 79%, 12. And you can actually drill down to the student and see how much time they're spending. Moderate. Let's go over here, and here's the general grade book, and you can kind of get a great overview. And you know, if there's a snow day or anything like that, students can still do their work, and you can say how much time they're spending in the classroom, how much time they're reading, and what their assignments are for gradation purposes. So I'm going to click on the apps one more time, and I'm just going to show you really quick the study hub and what I was speaking about, so students can create their own study guide. And so if I want to create chapter 1, and I'm going to pull up the unit, and I can select my shared notes, my highlights, shared highlights, and I can select key terms. And I just add that to the module, and I can print this out and I can look at this at my leisure. So these are some really great features of MindTap. There's lots more, and we'd love to show you that and set up some time to meet with you. I'm also going to go over real quickly some of our simulations. I'm going to pick one simulation to go over with you, and our electricity simulation. We have another one as well.
The circuit theory section contains 6 modules that help explain the practical aspects of electricity in the HVAC industry. The wiring diagrams section contains 8 modules, ranging from a simple window AC to a complex commercial condensing unit. The 3D troubleshooting section contains 2 modules, a split residential AC system and a boiler. These are set up as highly realistic, immersive troubleshooting service calls, where a user must correctly diagnose the problem. Each of the modules in the circuit theory and wiring diagrams sections contain a dashboard that includes a brief lesson overview about the module and a launch button for the simulation. Let's look at the commercial freezer module to get a closer look. There is a tutorial mode, which is a click-by-click overview of the key concepts in the diagram. Adjust each of the interactive diagrams with a control panel that includes system switches like thermostats and temperature sliders. Use the multimeter to assess the electrical characteristics and faults of the diagram. Set a fault on key components to see how the diagram responds. There is also a challenge quiz that will assess the user's understanding of the diagram and associated concepts. A status bar indicates how you've done on the challenge quiz that launches with the simulation. There's also an achievements page that will help you keep track of which modules you have mastered. Let's briefly look at the 3D modules section. The 3D troubleshooting modules put all of this theory to practical use. You will learn to think like an experienced technician. Use troubleshooting charts and the interactive wiring diagram to assess the fault. Think critically and examine your results using a feedback report. Good luck and accelerate your learning.
So that's just a really brief overview of what our HVAC has to offer with some of the simulations. Obviously you weren't able to see the entire screen, but I wanted to be able to show you what it was like. I will send you some links so you can kind of look at this. This is obviously a YouTube video, so I'll go ahead and send that to you as well. Please let us know if you have any questions.